Ring, ring, ring. Hello. Got to get used to these camera phones. Or just whipping out the camera and recording a video because I'm thinking I'm waiting for the ring. I'm waiting for somebody to come in to the meeting. But it's Friday night, and I just want to do a quick video on hiring because we're doing a lot of it here as a business now at Ignition, and it's really interesting when you break it all down, and you're trying to attract talent to your business and have them join the awesome journey that you're on. It is really interesting stuff. Okay. And then with all of our clients, the big thing that they have is hiring. They look at it like, oh, it's tough, it's time consuming, it's expensive, and yeah, when you're out there dealing with if you're dealing with like recruitment agencies, they're going to bend you over sideways, and with time and with money, and with quality is what their pitch is. But like, if they provided up so much quality, then why does everybody moan and complain about it? Why do all of our customers, right, around 300 clients at this size, why do I speak with a lot of people day in day out and they actually moan about hiring? I know or they're still trying to do it 6 months later, 12 months later, and some even give up, which means your your business is like, you're floating in the water you're not paddling and you've no engine. Um, you can't do that. Okay, so really, I we enjoy it here. Okay, now hiring is so there's two pieces to this. Management is extremely. I'm not getting into management here. I want to keep this one short and sweet and to the point. Just on hiring, okay? Because people are saying to me, "Where do you get the talent?" I've had it said to me loads, even in the last week. Like, where do you get where do you get the talent from? Right? They just want to know where the tap is. Where's the tap? And management is a different piece. Okay, they're like, oh, don't worry. Well, if we could just have people lined up out the door to work with us, we can definitely pick and choose and read people and all the rest, and manage them and train them. But there's a lot of people don't have that under wraps either. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. But actual hiring and attracting talent, I'm going to break it down into 9 or 10 areas here that you need in place, solid, for someone to commit. Because it's a big decision, right? Someone to come in and work for your business. Think about it. You're like, there's a lot that has to be lined up there, right? So let's go for it. Number one is an attractive offer. Okay, when you're marketing you're marketing your firm. You have to go hard on marketing firm, a bit like you're marketing for clients. You go with your top tier case studies. You never go with, for obvious reasons, to get the most attention, whether that be people saying BS or no. It's still, that's marketing 101. You go with your best. You don't go with your you can go with average. I went through a period of going with average, but then as you do it more and more and more, you're like, frick it, I'm just going to go with best. Why would I allow average people to hold back these unbelievable people over here, right? So our average was always, how does a firm acquire $20,000 to $40,000 a month, or $20,000 to $50,000 a month, without paid advertising? That's what we did, and that's pretty average and standard in a full month. And with the higher value clients that you have, you can do it in fewer clients, right? Then, as we started attracting bigger quality, we had guys coming in doing one client for $200,000. Okay, so there's that average is blown out, and now my latest client is doing $100,000 a week in new annual recurring revenue. He's consistently done it in a few weeks, and now I'm around him, supporting the crap out of him with my team as well to keep it going. Right? That's the marketing now. It's like, all right, competitors or whoever else thinks they know how to get top end, high value advisory clients for the accounting, tax, financial service firm like we do. Show us a case study where you're bringing in $100,000 a week with your team for your client. I'm not here to talk about that. I just get excited about it. I'm here to talk about marketing your business for staff. So you got to have an attractive offer. What is it? And it's obviously, a lot of it comes down to financial, and you got to really, for me, it's the strongest thing, and it's what people care about the most, is what gets their attention. Put it out there, but also call out and do a bit of reverse psychology and just say this is not for everybody. Okay, if you're a we don't build a performance system in there. So without going deep into that, you need an attractive offer in terms of what your pay is, but you need an attractive letter as well in terms of incentives. Human behavior will change on a dime with the right incentive structure. Okay, so incentives, I've went deep on that, and it's huge. You got to be generous. If you're a tight arse, or if you're too shrewd and you're trying to screw people, guess what? Nobody wants to be around you. So be generous. Your talent deserves it, and get that in your head. So be really generous. Don't be a tight arse. And then also, don't be afraid of, but they may be getting paid too much. Good. They've earned it. They deserve it. Pay them a lot, and feel good about it. So if you're a tight arse, what I'm noticing, and if you don't want to pay other people, then it's going to be very difficult for you, right? No matter about the rest of these 9 points. Second point, proof. And it's a hard one if you haven't got somebody in your business that's been there and done it. Okay, so proof, it's going to be huge. It's going to make things a lot easier when you've got the proof, because people love proof. But also be transparent with your business. So be proof, meaning even like, what's your monthly numbers? What are your annual numbers? And prove it. Where did it start? And where are you at now? And maybe even like other people that might be in the firm, what are you earning? Or what are they earning? And just proof. People like to see that, right? Again, now people are like, oh, okay, so the offer's there, and now I've got proof. It's believable, okay? My interest is starting to turn into belief a little bit, right? But you still need a lot more, okay? Then you're going to have to move into your background story. So background stories are, I'm going through this a lot with some of our top clients at the minute. It's got to be solid. Your background story has to check out. If it doesn't, people will find out, right? Humans are extremely smart. There's so many ways to validate the background. Put it like this: you can check anybody out inside 2 minutes online just by clicking on somebody's LinkedIn profile. If they say they're a business owner, go straight to their LinkedIn company page. Check out when that was formed. Go straight to their business manager page on Facebook. Check out when that was formed. If the three don't line up, then something's off. And you really can see when a company actually formed by its LinkedIn company date and its Facebook business page date. That's when you can actually see when a company actually began. People are so funny. They'll say, oh, we've been around for like 2-3 years. In their head, or they filed a piece of paper over here to a registration office. You could do that now, right? Just go right now, tomorrow, and file a piece of paper to the registration office to form an LLC or something, and then go away and do your thing for 2 years and do something else, or don't even touch it. And then you can turn around to people and be like, yeah, I've been running a company now for 2 years. Right? Check your, but the reason why Facebook business page is where to check and LinkedIn company page is where to check, because it's advertising, and people, that's where it's real, right? If you're real, then you start advertising, okay? Because you have to let everybody know. And your background story is just critical, right? Where did it come? Where did it start? How did it start? Where did you get your first client? Okay, how did all this come about? Detail. When you're hiring staff, trust me, they want to know this. I would want to know that about, because if you can't tell that, or there's holes in your story, you're going to get B players, C players, D players that don't really do their homework. You're not going to get the top talent. The top talent will see through that, and they'll be like, they'll smell it. You know when it's like a dead fish trapped somewhere, and you're down at the marina and the docks, you're like, oh my God, what is that? That's what it is when your story doesn't check out. So get your story checking out, okay? Market opportunity, these are the keys. So you have to talk, and you have to excite your new hire about the market opportunity, why you've went deep on it, and why it's a great opportunity, and what the future is looking like, right? How it's changing. So for me, for example, I'm in marketing and sales in the financial industry, but that's like so broad and vague, it's unreal. We have completely changed up our strategy, our product, our positioning, everything. Because when you're in marketing, it's all about innovation. Like, you will be wiped out inside 6 months. You might still be able to like sell something that was good 6 months ago, but nah, you're not going to go anywhere unless you've innovated a new angle. I love that personally. That's why I do this. So when I'm hiring, I'm actually mapping out how we're actually going to, what we're going to do here in another 6 months, then what we're going to do in another 6 months, then what we're going to do in another 6 months, to make sure we're catching those new waves. The waves come frequently in the game that I'm in, and people like to see that, right? I think that's my gift of all gifts, is my vision for future waves, and knowing how to position and re-angle to get there. Make sure I'm ahead there to catch that wave. So when your new hire sees that, and they see the depth that you go into and the research that you've done around it, they feel excited. They're like, I think we could be onto something here if we jump onto this journey, right, with these guys. Then you obviously need a very strong product. So people talk about product fit, but I like to talk about product fit plus quality. Can't just be product fit. It's got to be product quality first, then fit, right? Product fit. Okay, product fit first, but quality, okay? Because there's no point in having a quality product if there's no fit. But it's your and you got to like show them the product. You know, you got to show them the product. You got to, again, get back around to a lot of case studies. Clients, right? What are they saying about the product? You got to back to proof, right? But only this time, it's not proof with numbers and financials and what they will be earning and what others are earning. It's proof with here's our clients, here's what they say. So I wouldn't work for any company that if they didn't have tons of case study evidence on their website and people saying lots of good things about them. Who in their right mind would go work for that? Okay, so because it means your product's terrible, and you know, and if your product's terrible, good luck, getting good talent in there, attracted to it. Okay, next one, plan and structure. So you have to give them a very laid out timeline. Here's how long it's going to take you to go through training. Here's how long it's going to take you to get to this level. Here, once you're at this level, here's what's going to happen here. So this is when you're asking for a big commitment from somebody, or you're trying to get somebody just really excited, and motivated, then they have to understand the transformation that's going to happen to them. They have to understand how they are going to evolve. So there's a lot more to this, okay? If you're not genuinely passionate and care about the involvement of the people that you're hiring, that'll come across too. So if you are genuinely passionate about it, you will have done your homework. You will have laid out a golden path for them, and you would do it virtually these days. If you have an office, you have their desk, their computer, their new laptop bought for them, everything shining, because you genuinely care and you want to give them the best possible start. So really a plan and a structure, that's what people need. And that's to make them feel secure and just to know I'm in good hands here. And also, they need to see you like also as a mentor, because they're like, okay, this person is just, I'll be learning from them on a daily basis. Not only, that's worth gold in itself, and that'll make them truly believe that they're going to achieve this plan and the structure that you've laid out for them. Okay, so that's a big one. Make sure you got that down. Timeline, as I mentioned, humans can't understand anything without a time frame, so you need to like wrap that into, right? Literally map it out in terms of weeks, months, and years, and just give them a timeline. You don't have to go year. That's the last point when we talk about vision, but just where are they at? So just to, again, it also ties in with proof. Oh, so this is actually legitimate because they're telling me and they're showing me that it'll take me this number of hours to go through this. Then they'll move me to here. Then my work will be doing this. What does my daily routine look like on a daily basis? And okay, I'll be doing this. And you show them that, and then they're like, okay. Now they're like, it's as though they've already did day one. Do you know what I mean? They're like, how's day one in work? Well, I haven't started yet, but I already know exactly what it's going to be like. Good. Okay. Then the incentives, as I said, so you want to go to town with a good incentivized structure, and then you want to also go to town on explaining that to them. during the interview process. And so they get it, right? When people get the incentivized structure, they can start to see how it's going to massively benefit them. Okay, you guys got all this laid out. I'm just going to come in here and these benefits are coming my way. Perfect, let's go. Okay, that's going to really get people bought in, and that's really what they want to know. Culture is the last one, and culture ties in with vision. So culture, the definition of culture is what people are doing when nobody's looking, and therefore they either have the correct philosophy and therefore a great attitude and take the right actions, or they have the wrong philosophy and therefore a bad attitude and they take the wrong actions. So culture is basically who, again, it comes back to you as the leader. Do they like you? Are you sound? Or are you watertight, like we mentioned up at the beginning? You're watertight. This guy's so too shrewd for his own good. No chance of earning. This guy doesn't really believe in us. This guy doesn't care too much about us. He's just like, those people that are they're just horrible, horrible, horrible. We've all had them, horrible bosses. And it's just like, they will talk down to you. The type of people that would walk past the janitor in the hallway and wouldn't say hello. Those type of people, right? Just like they think, oh, I'm up here, these people down here are not. People will read through that in a second, okay? So make sure your culture is strong and pass the incentives around, right? Transparency within the business. This is what attracts players. I'm telling you, have a performance system, have your incentive structure down, and just be honest. Your story has to check out, your background story. Okay, you've got the proof. Everything all has to tie together for culture, for total belief, and know that, okay, we're in good hands. And then does this leader actually know his vision, right? Because if your background story doesn't check out, you can be sure that your vision doesn't make much sense. If your background story doesn't make sense, your vision won't make any sense. So get that all checked out and then share with them. Share your vision and get them all bought in. Show them some banter that happens within the company, right? Show them literally like some other guys in the company. Tell the story of other people in the company. If you're at that level and you've got plenty of other, talk about their story. They started with here and now they're doing this. Boom. They're like, wow. And so just let them know that. But culture is a big one, especially when you grow with numbers. And when your culture is good and strong, it makes the whole damn machine a lot easier to hire, right? Because people want to join that. They're like, oh, because as we know, look, environment pretty much dictates everything. Pretty much it dictates performance. Is really your environment. So in a work situation, you want to be surrounded by good people. You want to enjoy. You want to admire people ahead of you. Wow, mentor, right? Like that's a mentor. I want to follow their steps. I really admire and respect what they've done. Versus if you got somebody and you're like, I don't think they've done anything great. Well, then you're not going to enjoy your environment, and then you're not going to even show up for work. Okay, so I hope that's helped. There's about 10 steps in there. How to hire. Break it down scientifically. Everything we do here at Ignition, we break it down. Okay, so I've kind of like adopted a lot of the sales letters we write for our clients and that to put together the most important document in their business. I've kind of then used a lot of them sales principles to hire, because ultimately you're selling your business. You're selling yourself, you're selling your business. And so you have to apply the same scientific steps. There's no other way about it. And then add your own stamp in there, add your own Shazam, and go to market and watch the applicants fly in and hire. And then you got to have your management and your what to do next after you hire somebody. That's a whole different ball game. You got to have that tight. Okay, I hope this video has been super useful and you can get back I'll get back to maybe enjoying this is me enjoying my Friday night, by the way, but I hope you're having a fun one wherever you are. Okay, cheers, bye-bye.